Well, the approach can be summarized with one single word: scalability. We want to move step by step and consolidate each step that we are implementing. And I can give you an example. The first step for us was to find ourselves a good partner in India. As you know, we could make an agreement with Mr. C.K. Birla. And within this step, we had a powertrain division and a vehicle plant division, because we understand that in India, we need to localize very deeply, and we need to produce the cars in India for the Indian market. That's exactly the point, and I appreciate you make the question. That's exactly the point. We want to be scalable, which means when we reach that level that you mentioned, by the way, it's higher than that, but when we reach that level, then it will be time to think about the next level. And we don't want to go in the red, we want to come in and stay. We don't want to come in and then step out because we put ourselves in the red. That's why scalability is so important. We have a first manufacturing footprint in terms of vehicle plant, in terms of powertrain plant. They exist, they are very frugal, they are very cost competitive. From there, we bring the first products and the brand that we have announced is going to be the Citroën brand. And then we make sure that our dealer network is taking care of the Indian customers in a way that makes sense for them, that makes them happy. If we have the right footprint in terms of distribution model, sales and marketing model, then we can move up and bring even more products, more technology, and of course, at one point in time, eventually more capacity. But scalability is the key word, because we want to step in and we want to avoid any risk of stepping out. Well, last week we announced 3 major initiatives. First one is we'll bring the Peugeot brand to North America. Second one, we'll bring the Citroën brand to India. And the third one, we bring the Opel brand back to the Russian market. 3 major initiatives of those 3 major brands. So first answer is we have to focus, and each of those brands has a specific challenge to be overtaken. For Citroën is India, it's a big, enormous market. Also because Citroën is a brand that is very close to people. It's a humanistic brand. And I think that the emotion and the connection with the people in India, the Indian consumer, is very important, because it's something that is a status for the Indian consumer. It has to be modern, it has to be value for money, it has to be comfortable, safe, affordable. I think Citroën fits all of those expectations, and therefore I think because it's a very humanistic brand, close to those expectations, I think it's the best brand. It is also something that it's important for me is the history. You know, the Croisière Jaune 88 years ago was in India, was going through India. I think it also makes sense. Now, to your point about the Ambassador brand, the Ambassador brand is part of our assets. We can use it whenever we think is appropriate. And by the way, if my Indian friends have a good idea for us to use the Ambassador brand, please let me know. I'm very willing to listen. I'm very eager to listen to your ideas, because yes, we have the Ambassador brand. It's part of the deal. How should we use it? When should we use it? It's something that, of course, is TBD, but I'm listening and I'm very open for the suggestions. I think we have different kinds of quality. First of all, it is obvious that if you want to sell profitably cars in India, you need to source in India no less than 90% or 95% of the parts. So that's a given. It's not a point for discussion. If you don't do it, don't come. So we start with that. It's an input for the project. From there, you have different kinds of quality. Of course, everything which is related to breakdowns, durability is a must. We are not going to discuss. We put everything that meets our global, worldwide standards to make sure that basic quality and everything which is related to durability is a no-brainer. It will be there, it will be offered to the Indian consumers. And then it's all about the remaining quality issues, which is related to fit and finish, the materials, the perception of perceived quality. It's important, and of course that will be visible when we will launch the products, but believe me, we are not going to cut corners. We are going to respect our Indian consumers. We are going to bring the best of our worldwide quality standards, make sure that not only we are affordable, but that the Indian consumers can enjoy the technology, the best quality standards and the rigor that our engineering people are able to deliver to this new market.